We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming. This is an emergency. Important information will follow. This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system, transmitted at the request of the Providence Police Department. An Amber Alert has been issued for 7-year-old Mona Caesar, who was reported missing on July 14 by her parents, Tabitha and Frank Caesar. Mona Caesar was last seen inside of the Half and Ref Museum of Anthropology at 21 Prospect Street in Providence. She is reported at 4 feet, 1 inch tall, weighing around 40 pounds, and was last seen wearing a pink t-shirt with a white flower design, rainbow-striped shorts, and pink shoes. She has blonde hair, hazel eyes, and is missing one upper tooth. The child is believed to be lost or in the possession of one or more unknown persons. If you see Mona Caesar, dial 911 and report her location to the operator. If you have the opportunity to interact with and maintain her location without causing harm to yourself, her, or others, authorities are instructing you to do so. If you witness the child as being the victim of an apparent abduction, do not approach the abductor, as you may be putting your or Mona's life in danger. Authorities are offering a $300 reward for information leading to the safe recovery of the child. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming. This is an emergency update. Important information will follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the Providence Police Department, as an update to the Amber Alert issued for 7-year-old Mona Caesar on July 15. At 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, missing child Mona Caesar was spotted on CCTV security footage at the Narragansett Bay Commission water treatment facility. The child was seen entering the Providence sewer system for unknown reasons. Mona Caesar was reported to be wearing the same clothing she was last seen in before her disappearance, but was covered in what is assumed to be raw sewage and sludge. Her hair appears to have completely fallen out, and she was also wearing what appears to be a white porcelain theater tragedy mask. At this time, authorities are asking all residents of Providence to avoid using their water systems until further notice, while city workers search the sewers for the missing child. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming. Important information will follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the Providence Police Department. The Amber Alert issued for 7-year-old Mona Caesar on July 15 has ended. At 4:25 Eastern Standard Time, the body of Mona Caesar was found in the Providence sewer system. Authorities claimed that the body had suffered a spinal fracture several days ago that should have left the victim paralyzed, leading authorities to question how the child could have survived or moved herself during the last 72 hours. The cause of death seems to have been an aggressive necrotizing infection centered around the victim's face. The porcelain mask that the victim was seen wearing prior to death has not been located, and is assumed to be lost in the...
We interrupt this message. This is an emergency. Information vital to your safety will follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the United States Department of Defense. in conjunction with the Centers for Disease Control. On July 13, a highly dangerous object was stolen from the government-controlled research facility by a terrorist group known as the Serpent's Hand. This object is referred to as 035 and appears as a white porcelain theater mask. It is apparent that the recently deceased Mona Caesar came into contact with 035 and died as a result of interacting with it. At this time, experts and military personnel are converging on the town of Providence, Rhode Island, and will have retrieved 035 within the next 12 hours. In the meantime, the town of Providence is under martial law. All persons are to return to their homes immediately and remain there until the all-clear is given. If you cannot reach your home within 1 hour, you may require a military escort to avoid being arrested. If you see 035, do not approach it. Put as much space between yourself and the object as possible and alert the nearest military officer. If 035 appears to speak to you, ignore it and vacate the area as quickly as possible before alerting the nearest military officer for medical attention. To repeat, martial law has been established in the town of Providence until 035 is located and contained. You have 1 hour to go to your home now and remain there until the all-clear is given. If you cannot reach your home within 1 hour, you may require a military escort to avoid being arrested.